Welcome, everybody. We're back at you. We're at episode 11 of the Next Man Up Sportscast, and we got a jam-packed show for you today. We may not have time for a guest because we got so much to go over and so much to talk about today because sports is back in action, and every sport is live, and it's a great time for sports. And in particular, right now, it's October baseball, folks. It is October postseason baseball. And right now, we have the wild card series underway. And actually, we've already crowned a couple of wild card winners to move on to the next round. So I'm going to go over that real quick. We got the Tampa Bay Rays sweeping the Blue Jays, what I thought was going to be a tougher series. The Rays actually just really tore them apart, beat up Hyun-Jin Ryu today. The Miami Marlins taking game one against the Cubs. Super impressive there. You got the Yankees took game one against the Indians. Garrett Cole outdueled Shane Bieber, who's the likely AL Cy Young Award winner, and he just tore him apart. The Yankees put up 7, and he's only allowed 4 or 3 runs.
Oh my God!
3 runs is the most runs he's allowed in one outing. He allowed 7 against the Yankees. We got the Dodgers going today. As we're recording, they are winning 1-0. We got the Padres who got taken down today, and poor Padres have been dealing with pitching issues. They got their 2 first starters are not available for that wild card round, which is going to be tough for them to overcome because the St. Louis Cardinals are a pretty good baseball team. You got the Houston Astros upsetting the Minnesota Twins. To me, obviously, the Astros have championship pedigree, but I expected the Twins to win that series. I really expected them to win game 1 with Maeda pitching, and the Houston relievers are really the story of that series so far. And the playoffs have been great. It's been really it feels like the better teams are winning the games, and it's kind of easier to call, Mandy. But who has really been your sleeper throughout the playoffs so far, and who do you think is actually going to make a deeper run than you would have thought?
I mean, damn, it only took you like 2-3 minutes to actually bring me into the show. I mean, thanks. What else is there to say? I think you get a rundown of everything I could say, but hey, I'll try to join the show. Man,
Please do. Please do.
I mean, if I had to add more stuff, I would have to say my sleeper for the playoffs, even though you already mentioned all the teams, okay, it was going to be the St. Louis Cardinals. I mean, You took the words out of my mouth when you say, yeah, the Padres, they were the trendy pick. But again, playoff baseball, playoff anything is different. You got to rely on veteran leadership, okay? Padres are good. They're a great team. No veteran leadership. They're young. And like you said, they traded for this guy Clevenger from the Indians. And guess what? Done. Right?
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to pitch. Okay?
Well,
that hurts.
Yeah, absolutely. And I watched the game today pretty much start to finish. And the one thing, people are giving A-Rod a lot of stuff, but the announcers have been great. And what they've been talking about is pitching, defense, and veteran leadership is what's going to get you through the playoffs.
Yadier Molina, Cardinals. He's been there for about 35 years with the Cardinals, right? Namer Molina. He has everything about him just screams leadership. That's going to be a scary game for the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers are going to, mow through the who are they playing against again? I don't even know who they're playing against.
The Brewers.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be pretty easy, right? I'm going to say it right now. But that Cardinals game, wow. And that's going to be, who was, when I was, graduated high school, the Dodgers were, those good teams in the early 2000s. Who was the Dodgers' nemesis? The St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here we go again. That's my sleeper pick is the St. Louis Cardinals. They could be this year's Washington Nationals.
I like the pick. I don't know about all that. I'm watching them play today. I think they're a pretty vulnerable team. I think they're just a little bit better than the Padres, and that's saying something to me.
But just to be clear, though, Dodgers are winning the World Series.
I don't know about that either. I don't know. Okay, that's your call. Hey, you're a fan. I understand it. I get it. It's all good. But on the other side, one team that you picked to make the World Series from the American League is the White Sox. They actually got beat up today pretty bad. The Oakland Athletics, who I picked actually to come out of the AL, if not the Yankees and then the A's. But tell me about that game. Are you worried for your White Sox going into an elimination game for a team that has no playoff pedigree? What are you thinking there?
I've been saying since the beginning. El Cubano connection, baby. The Cuban connection. The Cuban genes is going to take them to the next round. It happens. Maybe they had too much arroz con pollo. Arroz con pollo.
Too much
They got a
combrí.
little, yeah, man, they got a little filled. That's okay. It happens. They got excited. They won game one. They went out, had some pork, some Cuban sandwiches, some yuca. They got a little chunky. They lost game two. Don't worry about it. The Cuban connection, Abreu, Grandal, they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna win game three. They're gonna advance.
Well, to me, I'm gonna go a little bit logically here, and I think the White Sox are a little bit in trouble, man, and it's really because they haven't looked good outside of Giolito's starts, and he can't. I mean, he can't really come in game three and pitch 7 shutout innings again. He can't do it. And the A's have been there, and they're hungry, man. They've been getting beat up in the playoffs every single year, and I think the White Sox will take the step next year where they'll add a little bit more pitching. But I really think it's the A's series to lose, and I think they can get a win here. They got a veteran coming. I believe Fires is going to be pitching. So I like the A's in this spot. I don't like the White Sox in this spot, but you never know. Like you said, the Cuban connection, the power bats can come to play, and that's really what the White Sox live and die on is the power. So yeah, we'll move on here. And my next question for you is involved in football, okay? And there's been a lot of debate about this, with the whole NFL 100 rankings and with the new style of the NFL. But, Mandy, I have a simple question for you. Is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in football?
Look, Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl champion, MVP, you're a stud. Are you the best quarterback in the NFL? Maybe. But right now, 30 years in the NFL, you still got a lot to prove, my guy. Yes, you won a world championship. You got a Super Bowl. That's cool. That's great. But, come on now. You have a great team. You have a great offensive coach, Andy Reid. Andy Reid, I'm not saying that Andy Reid's the greatest coach of all time, but if you look in history, Andy Reid has never had a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes. And Andy Reid has maybe created diamonds from coal, right? Alex Smith turned him into a pseudo superstar. Okay.
McNabb?
Huh?
McNabb?
McNabb. I mean, again, where did McNabb come from? Syracuse.
I was about to ask you what college he came from.
Yeah, Syracuse, man. Yeah, come on now. Small school, kind of like Patrick Mahomes, Texas Tech, right? Kind of underrated guys, and Andy Reid creates these guys to be great. The difference in Patrick Mahomes' athleticism is ridiculous. And he has weapons, so much speed around him. It's ridiculous. Doesn't take anything from him, but no, he's not the best quarterback right now in the NFL. In my opinion, who's the best quarterback in the NFL? Probably going to shock you a little bit, but this guy has been proven year in, year out. I cannot remember this guy having a bad year at quarterback. Do you know who we say?
Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson, baby. Russell Wilson. I mean, come on now. I had to go with Russell Wilson. I'm not saying that Patrick Mahomes cannot be the best quarterback. Maybe give him 2, 3, 4 more years. We'll see. But as I have right now, I'm going Russell Wilson.
Okay. What round was Russell Wilson drafted and what college?
Oh, well, he went to 2 colleges. Okay.
Right.
He went to NC State and Wisconsin.
What round?
I'm going to say 3rd or 4th. 3rd.
5th round. 5th round. Close. But to counter what you're saying, you're wrong. Patrick Mahomes is definitely the best quarterback in football. He's coming off, he was an MVP in his second year. He won the Super Bowl. And honestly, like I get to see him, a lot, being a Raiders fan. We play him twice a year. The man is ridiculous.
Wait,
and yes.
When you said you get to see him beat you guys twice a year.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
But he's amazing, and he can make every throw on the football field. And I watched him on Monday night against the Ravens defense, who's good. And it's not a bad defense at all. He tore them to shreds. He did whatever he wanted. The only 2 times that they were in trouble were turnovers that weren't his fault. We went on downs once. They ran it with the fullback, didn't get it. And then a running back had a nice little run for 12 yards, fumbled on the run. That's the only reason the Ravens made that game somewhat close. Patrick Mahomes is great. And he talked about how, that year where Tom Brady beat him twice, but he felt like, he made a lot of mistakes that he corrected the next year. And he did. He led his team to the Super Bowl. He was down against a great defense, still came back and won that game. Patrick Mahomes makes every single throw on the field, short throws, long throws. Yes, he has weapons, but he also has guys like McCole Hardman, who he makes so much better. And guys who aren't great, like Pringle, he makes them so much better by throwing the ball to where only his receivers can get it. So, yeah, I think Patrick Mahomes is definitely the best quarterback in the NFL. I love Russ. I'm all for the let Russ cook stuff, but I think Patrick Mahomes is still his MVP to lose and his title to lose. So
that'd be a pretty good Super Bowl, right?
oh man, I would love it.
Seahawks, Chiefs.
I'd love it. I'd love it. Hopefully it'd be one of those high scoring like Chiefs Rams games that we saw back a couple years ago. That'd be awesome.
Hey, who won that game?
The Chiefs Rams game?
Yeah.
The Rams, I believe, by I think 3. But what did they do that year though?
They went to the Super Bowl, baby,
and
NFC
lost.
champions.
And lost. Right. Okay. Moving on. So we're talking about Patrick Mahomes and his ability to throw the football. That leads us into our. It's usually a 2 minutes of fantasy. I'm gonna say about 3.5, 4 minutes of fantasy. So this week we got the Steelers and we got the Titans are gonna be basically what's called. They're gonna be on a bye essentially for fantasy because of the whole COVID-related testing positive and stuff. So you probably have some gaps to fill on your lineup. I know I did for sure. And so I'm gonna go over some flex options for you here that you're gonna want to either. Yeah, I think you should get on, and then there's gonna be some that I'm gonna be like, hey, maybe stay away from these because I'm a little bit concerned about it. One guy I really like, he might still be available in some leagues, maybe not all leagues because he's been doing pretty good recently. Josh Kelly. He's a running back out of UCLA, and this kid he's great. I mean, the Chargers have Austin Eckler, the Chargers have Justin Jackson, but Josh Kelly is getting a majority of the pro set handoffs, and he's taking full advantage of them. He's a huge guy. He's got huge legs. He looks like Maurice Jones-Drew, basically, and he wears number 27. Yeah, so I like Josh Kelly. The lower half of that guy, he's super built. He breaks a lot of tackles. You're going to see him get like 10 to 15 carries a game. He gets a lot of the goal line work, which is why I like him a lot because, goal line carries can lead to touchdowns. Another guy that I like is Myles Gaskin. He's out of the Dolphins backfield.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. I don't think he'll probably be available from most leagues because I actually picked him up last week, and I think he's the number 1 running back for the Dolphins now. But again, yeah, you're right. He's a good pick.
I like him. If he's still available, if you're in a smaller league, like an 8 to 6 team league, maybe 10 teams, you might see him available. He gets a lot of the catches out of the backfield, which in PPR, for a running back is super valuable. They've kind of shied away from Breida. They shied away from a lot of their other running backs. From Howard. Howard does still get some of the goal line carries, but Gaskin gets a lot of the early down work. He seems to have a really good connection with Fitzpatrick. So I like Myles Gaskin a lot. And the last guy that I really do like, and he's really underrated right now, and I think you can only use him maybe this week and going forward, if Christian Kirk is still injured, start Andy Isabella. That's a potent offense in Arizona. Yeah, you might not know who he is. He's a slot receiver for the Arizona Cardinals. That's a potent offense. They move the football up and down the field. Kyler Murray extends plays, gets first downs, and he found Andy Isabella on 2 touchdown catches last week. So this guy might be someone to look at. He's a deep threat. Also runs really good slant routes out of the slot position and drags. I love Andy Isabella, especially this week because Christian Kirk is out. I think when Kirk comes back, Isabella's volume drops like it was, like you won't know who he is, but he might be a good spot start this week.
The one guy I want to talk about real quick for just one guy,
sure,
fantasy kind of sleepers. I picked him up in 2 of my leagues, and I was surprised he was available. He had a good week last week, but when I draft, for some reason I shy away from running backs. Every single year, I never have running backs. I'm always receiver heavy, right?
Okay.
So in one league particular, man, I think I was texting you. I have one good running back, and I have nobody else. It's literally my running back number 2 is Benny Snell. Yeah, I have nobody. Yeah. So you know who I picked up and actually the start for me, and he had a really good week last week. I don't know. Tell me what you think about this guy.
Sure.
Rex Burkhead for the Patriots.
So actually, it's funny that you say that. Yeah. I was actually going to advise people to stay away from that New England backfield because, yes, Burkhead, don't get me wrong. Yeah. He had a 3 touchdown performance last week, right? Yeah. He did. But one thing that people aren't aware of is James White actually wasn't playing in that game. Condolences to James White's family. He's mourning the death of his father. And he's been out for his 2nd consecutive game. I don't know if he's going to be out for a 3rd. But I think when James White comes back, Burkhead sees a drop-off in catches, in usage.
I did not know that.
Yes, exactly. And honestly, it's probably just good advice to stay away from the New England backfield in general because they just do such a roulette. For example, Sony Michel, he had 3 carries in the first quarter. did nothing against the Raiders. They went away from him, let Burkhead carry the football. Burkhead carry the football on a rookie. I forgot his name already. And he didn't touch the ball the whole rest of the first half.
And also,
second
Cam
half,
Newton could rush the ball also.
Exactly. So that's the tough part of the New England backfield. If you want a piece of the New England backfield, I'd say James White when he's in is an okay option as a flex, and then Cam Newton, of course, he's getting a lot of design runs. I like him this year for fantasy. So moving on to we talked about some questionable backfields. Some more questionable backfields that I have concerns with are Seattle, LA, the Rams, and Baltimore. In Seattle, you just had Chris Carson. It looks like he hurt his knee and he's going to be out for about 3 to 4 weeks.
Really?
Yes.
I thought they said he was going to be healthy and come back.
I don't think so. It looks like I definitely wouldn't start him this coming week because even if he does come back, he's not going to see the same volume. A guy to keep an eye on who I would roster, I wouldn't start yet, is Carlos Hyde. That's who the Seattle backup running back is. The guy is awesome. Came out of Ohio State. Was great with the 49ers and can be a workhorse back for Seattle. And he's really that Seattle type of running back that fits the mold, can catch some passes out of the backfield. And if that offense is cooking like they have, you want their running back on your roster. So Carlos Hyde is definitely a guy to keep an eye on. He's a workhorse back when he gets those carries. And I think if Chris Carson's out, I think that's who they lean toward. When Chris Carson went out of that game, he's the guy who got a bulk of the carries, got catches out of the backfield. I think they rely heavily on him. Good offense. You want their running back. Rams. Now, I would assume Malcolm Brown was going to get a bulk of the work when he came back healthy. Didn't play out that way. Darrell Henderson Jr. It seems to be the Rams' new workhorse. And I think I'm going to tell people right now, don't drop Cam Akers. I think that people are prematurely dropping him. Yes, he had an injury concern. He hasn't been super productive. But I think late in the year, the Rams will try to give him the ball a lot more. He's a young guy. He's really good, really talented. I think he's just been stifled a little bit by some good defenses, some injuries. But hold on to Cam Akers.
You know why you should hold on to Cam Akers, too? Because who's the best young, innovative mind coach in the NFL? Sean McVay. And he's going to find – he does a whole playbook for plays just for Cam Akers that he has not been able to use. He's been hurt. Watch him pull out in week 8, 9, 10, 11. Save Cam Akers, absolutely.
I agree. And Malcolm Brown looks like he's getting some of the goal line work, so he might get vultured off from there, but I think he might still be worth a good play later down the road as a flex too. In Baltimore, man, that backfield has been tough to call. You can't even really rely on Mark Ingram anymore. I mean, he got maybe 9 carries last week for about 30-something yards. Wasn't very productive. And then you got Gus Edwards, who I feel like is just going to be a stowaway in case of injury. He gets a couple carries a game, 3 or 4 carries. Unless he breaks it for a huge touchdown, his fantasy upside isn't great. I think the guy with the best upside on that roster, if you have to choose one,
the rookie
is J.K. Dobbins, out of Ohio State also, simply because they use him on passing downs. So he's getting a couple of catches there out of the backfield. He's a good runner too, and I think that he's a good blocker, which keeps him on the field. So I like J.K. Dobbins, but that Baltimore backfield's tough to call on a week-to-week basis. If you have to start somebody, I would go with J.K. Dobbins. But again, buyer beware on the Baltimore backfield. So that was kind of a wrap-up of some fantasy, giving you some tips on what to do, especially this week with a lot of missing options. There's a lot of players on those two teams that you would start, Tannehill, Henry, Connor, Juju Smith-Schuster, Big Ben. So a lot of holes to fill on some rosters. But speaking of good rosters, the next segment features a couple teams with some great rosters. And that segment is a segment where Mandy is actually 3-0 on. I couldn't have called it. Oh, I'm sorry, no, not 3-0. 2-0-1 because the Philadelphia Eagles can't seem to score in overtime. Bunch of clowns. That was just a bad.
And what's my underdog pick record also? 2-1?
2-1, yeah. 2-1. Because what was last week's pick? I forgot. Oh, the Campbell pick. Yeah, Campbell was nice. They covered with a late touchdown, which was great. That was awesome.
So I took Campbell. I'm 4-0-1.
4-1-1.
4-1-1. Yes.
4-1-1. So yeah, let's listen up to what Mandy's got here. I see that your next pick is going to be based off of the Arizona Cardinals and Carolina Panthers game. So tell us what you got, what you like, and why.
All I gotta say is this: I'm undefeated in my locks of the week. Simple as that. Undefeated. Facts are facts. Facts are facts.
Numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie, and I'm going to stay undefeated because this line is being judged by the Cardinals' last game. You know what? They didn't play too well. I thought they outplayed the Lions, whatever it is. Whatever, it happens. It's NFL. The Lions were a little hyped up. Whatever. Arizona Cardinals are -3 against the Carolina Panthers.
Are terrible. They're terrible.
And the only reason why they won last week was because, again, San Diego Chargers are playing with the rookie quarterback and all that stuff, so Carolina took advantage of that. Okay? Look at me. Mortgage. I'm coming back to that, baby. Bet the mortgage. Bet your rent. Bet your college tuition for your firstborn child.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay? I'm not saying USC. I'm saying ELAC tuition, okay? bet that on the Arizona Cardinals. -3. I'm not even going money line. I'm going straight -3. Arizona Cardinals. 3.5?
3.5.
Make it 7. I don't care. Make it 7. Okay? Make it 7. You know, last time I made a prediction like this, I told you the Saints were going to beat the Buccaneers by 10. They won by 11.
They beat them up.
Cardinals -3.5. Might as well make it 7. Cardinals are going to destroy the Panthers. Lock it in, baby.
I like it. I like it a lot, actually. But I think you're underestimating how good the Lions are, and the Lions should be 2-1 right now, and they're a lot better, especially with Ken Galladay coming back. So I'm looking to be a Lions better here pretty soon. But I like the pick. Arizona -3.5. That's your lock. Lock it in. And what do you got for us in the way of underdogs? Because these underdogs have been playing out pretty good, and I love to bet me some dogs. So what you got?
I'm going my boy Cam Newton, baby. Cam Newton, for some reason, Cam Newton and Bill Belichick, I can never say his name right. Bill Belichick. For some reason, they're +7. +7.
Well, not for some reason. The Chiefs are kind of one of the best teams in the NFL, but
they're +7. Bill Belichick is a defensive genius. And the Panthers have been averaging like 30 points a game.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, right?
No, yeah.
Yeah. So even if they lose the game, you can still count the Patriots good for 28, 21, 24 points, right? And you know, Bill Belichick, he's going to create a whole game plan to stop Patrick Mahomes, whether that's keeping the ball out of his hands by rushing 60 times in this game with Cam Newton and Rex Burkhead, hopefully, because they picked him up, right? They're going to milk the clock. You know, they get a turnover here and there, 3 and out here and there. They're going to keep this game close. Bill Belichick does not get embarrassed. He's not going to get blown out. Lock it in, underdog, Patriots +7. Easy money, baby.
I actually like the pick a lot, but I don't think Bill Belichick stops Patrick Mahomes because you can't stop Patrick Mahomes.
I never said that.
You said you did you're going to try to take away Patrick Mahomes by running the ball, stuff like that. I don't think you can do that, but I do think what the Patriots do better than anybody else in football is take away what you do best. So what the Chiefs do best is, you know, they get the ball to Travis Kelce and they get the ball vertically to Tyreek Hill. So when we saw it against the Raiders, you saw it against the Raiders, they took away Darren Waller.
They're going to go ahead and do the same thing as they did to Aaron Waller and take him away.
Yeah.
And also, you saw that same video where the Patriots double teamed the Raiders outlet pass, the safe pass of running back. That was crazy. Yeah. Who double teams a running back in the flat? The Patriots.
A team that well scouted and knows that right now the Raiders don't have the weapons to shoot the ball deep down the field. So Bill Belichick is a genius. And watching the Patriots play last week, they should be 3-0, man. And that team is actually really good. And I actually like them. I like them a lot better than I liked them last year when they had Tom Brady. So that's a dangerous team in the AFC. And I really think it's their division to lose to the Buffalo Bills, even though the Bills are 3-0 after beating the Rams. And what looked handedly, but then, you know, the Rams made a good comeback attempt and whatnot. So.
Good comeback. They took the lead with a minute left in the game. Okay. And yes, you know, right now, as a teacher, I'm teaching world religions. We're going over Hinduism and karma. I can't get mad. It's karma, right? The Rams went to the Super Bowl because of that non-call pass interference against the Saints. They go to the Super Bowl. They lose this game to the Bills on a bogus defensive pass interference. Whatever. I can't get mad. We still went to the Super Bowl. It's a regular season game. I'm okay. we're good, baby.
We're moving on. We're moving on. And what are we really moving on to, Mandy?
I think it's your segment, right?
It's my segment. Here we go.
We're moving on. Rapid fire with Chuchi. I gotta do this. That's weird. But you know what? We're gonna run with it, okay? We're gonna run with it.
Let's run with it.
And if I'm not mistaken, you've been 60% Chuchi.
Yeah, I'm 6 out of 10 right now. Not too bad.
And but, just to let you know, I don't think you're gonna do well on this one either.
All right.
All right. So, my little brother, NFL guy. Okay.
I love NFL.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you succeed, but you're not doing it. Okay.
Anyway, I'm trying my best.
And your best is 60%. So, NFL rushers, get your mindset. Rushing leaders, NFL rushers. Okay.
Okay.
Give me. I'm gonna be easy with you. Okay. The top eight. Okay. Give me five of the top 8 active NFL rushing leaders.
Oh, okay. This seems like I should get quite a bit of these right.
So, out of the top 8,
I need 5 active, but they're all active.
All active.
Okay.
All active.
1, Adrian Peterson should probably have the most out of everybody. 2, Frank Gore.
Second choice.
3, let me see. Who's been in the league some time, is still playing. I'm going to go with LaShawn McCoy. I feel like he should be up there. Active rushing leaders. Let me think of some old dudes. Reps. Crap. I'm trying to think here. I don't think it's any of these new guys. What it could be, because it's among the active guys. Let's go with Todd Gurley. Had a really good year. And 5, let's go with Ezekiel Elliott. Let's go with Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, of the 5, okay.
I know I got 2.
So I throw you a cookie. Top 8, right? So here we go.
Yeah.
You said number 1, Adrian Peterson, right? He's number 2 on the list. That's one.
Frank Gore. Got to be
Frank Gore is number 1.
Yeah.
So all right, you got 2.
I should have said Cam Newton. He's probably up there.
That's 2. And then you said LaShawn McCoy, right?
He's got to be.
He's number 3.
All right.
You got the top 3.
1, 2, and 3. Not
1,
bad.
2, 3. And then you said, it's funny because then you said Todd Gurley, right?
Yeah.
He's number 8.
Oh, he's on the 8. Oh,
yeah, top 8. Top 8. And then you said Ezekiel Elliott. He's number 7 on the list.
Let's go.
Hey.
Perfect rapid fire score, baby. Yeah.
Get your shit pushed in. And a boy. So the ones you missed were number 4 was Ingram. We just talked about him.
Yeah.
Ingram. Le'Veon Bell.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. He had some good years. Le'Veon Bell.
He had some great
with the Steelers. Yeah.
And tell me 6 is Cam Newton.
No, Cam Newton number 9.
Oh, okay.
Number 9.
Okay.
Lamar Miller.
Oh, okay. I forgot he was in the league.
Yeah.
TBH. Let's go.
Yeah.
We got all 5, baby. That's 100% accuracy for the week. 11 out of 15. We are rolling now.
That is great. Great.
So, with rapid fire being done, it looks like our show is coming to a close. But as always with our show, the last thing we do is our takeaways. So, Mandy, what has been your takeaway for the week? An eventful week, to say the least, so far. What has been your takeaway?
We got Major League Baseball playoffs. We got the NBA Finals. We got the NFL in full swing. We got college football, baby. You know, man, loves college football. But
absolutely.
But did you guys watch that presidential debate on Tuesday? Did we see that presidential debate on Tuesday?
Oh, man.
That was comedy. Again, we're a sports show. But, wow, that was some prime time TV, baby.
That was entertainment.
It was bad. It was bad. Look, it is what it is. I just want to mention that. Again, I chose to watch that over, the baseball playoffs and all that stuff. I wanted to watch that presidential debate. Again, my takeaways could be anything, and that's what I want to just. I don't want to talk about too much because this is not the platform to do it in a sense. But
Agreed.
I'm just gonna say, wow, we are. It was weird to see. It was weird to see my 13-year-old daughter for the first time. She could comprehend a presidential debate. Or the last one was 4 years ago. She was 9. She had no idea what she's doing. She's 13. She saw it with us. She goes, "Is this normal? Is this what a debate looks like?" Oh no, that's not what a debate looks like. These are two angry old guys who have no idea what they're talking about. It was a joke. Anyway, I'm glad that was over with, and hopefully it gets better for the next one. But I just want to say, wow.
Yeah, and it had to be said. And like you said, I mean, there's been a lot of stuff about how this was just not a good moment for American politics, and it really wasn't. But my takeaway is kind of the first part of what you said. I sat back and I thought about it, man. I'm like, so you're telling me right now this is kind of the golden moment for sports. We got, like you said, MLB baseball. We got October baseball right now, and it's October baseball. It might feel a little bit different, but it's October baseball. You got the NFL, full swing. Fantasy football is right there. We're doing it. We're betting it. And one thing you forgot is we just had the Stanley Cup Finals, which was actually, I enjoyed it. You had the Lightning coming out, a team who the Tampa Bay Lightning never expected to win it, and they won it all. You have, like you said, college football, and we already had 2 big upsets. We saw LSU go down. We saw, Oklahoma went down to Kansas State. And then we also have the NBA Finals. LeBron in his 10th Finals, chasing his 4th ring to improve on his legacy with the Los Angeles Lakers against the freaking Miami Heat. These are huge moments in sports, and they're all happening at the same time. So I come home from work or whatever I'm doing, and there's something on, and I'm watching something. And it's a great feeling, and it makes you forget about a lot of the bad things going on in today's society. It makes you forget about some of the rougher parts of life, and that's why we love sports. And I'm so happy. And I mean, I know COVID has really influenced a lot of this stuff, but right now it's impacting sports in a good way because we get the best parts of sports wrapped up into one nice meal, and I love it, and I can't wait, for us to get deeper into these MLB playoffs, for us to get deeper into these finals. And it looks like the Lakers are doing really well right now, but us to get deeper into these college football playoffs and NFL, Super Bowl stuff. So with that, our show has come to a conclusion. We appreciate you tuning in. And if you like the show, please share us around, let everybody know what your favorite part of the show is, and stay tuned because we've been asked for some betting tips. I'm going to be giving you and defining some betting tips and techniques. So stay tuned for those. And we'll see you next time on the Next Man Up Sportscast.